Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? What is up? Hello. Welcome, my friends, to another fun weekend stream. Today is Sunday, October 13th, 2019. I welcome you all to my first of two gameplay streams for the day. How's everybody doing? Well, I certainly hope that your weekend was a good one. I hope that you're having a good time, and that whether you are just relaxing, or maybe you're having some time away from work or school, or whatever it may be that you may be doing. I hope that you've had a good, relaxing experience, and I hope that you're ready for some fun today on my gameplay streams. Ready to hang back with some more cool retro stuff, right? So today is going to be a not so serious day, everybody. Today is going to be a day where we just kind of mess around in various games and have a lot of fun rather than doing serious playthroughs or anything of the like. And that's perfectly good, right? That's fine. For variety's sake, that's always a good thing to not be so damn serious. So, what are we doing today? Let's talk a little bit about that. Today we're going to be checking out Super Nintendo Classics on the Nintendo Switch Online. Okay, so for those who don't know what this is, last month, for people who were subscribers to the Nintendo Switch Online program, which is pretty much just the online multiplayer component of the Nintendo Switch that you have to pay for, okay, which some people have issue with, that you have to pay for it to begin with. Some people are like, well, you have to pay for it on every system, not that big of a deal. But yeah, so this is the multiplayer component that when you pay for it, you get some extras, okay? If you are a part of PlayStation Network, you get the PS Plus free games every month. If you're part of Xbox Live, you get the games with gold. So Nintendo followed suit and decided, okay, we're going to do classics. They earlier this year released NES Classics, which I never really looked at. I probably should have, and I probably will someday. I'll look at the NES Classics that are available on the Switch as being a part of that Nintendo program, okay? So, yeah, they got Nintendo Classics, but they've also got SNES Classics that were just released. And this is kind of neat because the SNES is my favorite console of all time. And I absolutely love going down memory lane, re-experiencing SNES games. The last time I really did so was a long time ago. Okay? If you remember, there was a Summer of Retro that I did way back in the day. This was an idea that I had where I think it was like 6 years ago or something like that. The whole summer, I just wanted to play retro games. And some of the games that I played were some of my most favorite Super Nintendo games of all time. Now, some people loved it, and some people hated it. In fact, back then, you got to remember, I had to cater to a YouTube audience, and YouTubers / YouTube viewers really only cared that much about new releases. So when it came down to me playing retro games, it was kind of like people were really pissy about it. How could Phil do this all summer? We're so bored. Yada, yada, yada. Okay? Now we fast forward to today. It's very different. And the reason I say that is you guys are a much different audience than the audience I used to have back on YouTube back in the day. You guys come by and hang out with me every day. We have a good time no matter what I play, right? We hang out and have fun. I interact with you. We have good conversations. And a lot of the times in the modern day, all right, it's way more about just us having fun on a stream than it is about us playing an amazing game, okay? That's why we have so many chill streams, right? Chill streams end up being quite entertaining. At least to me and to most of you who are here today. I'm sure you guys aren't here looking for hot, hype new releases. You know those are coming. You know those are right around the corner. In just a couple of weeks here, we're going to have so many new releases, we're not going to know what to do with ourselves, right? So, knowing that, rather than getting all angry about the fact that I'm playing a retro game, right? You guys are excited for it, and I'm right there with you. I think this is going to be a fun day of variety and a fun day of just good gaming stuff where we get to have fun, hang out and enjoy what I'm doing and not care too much about the newness or the hypeness of the content, okay? So that's awesome, all right? So there's a good variety of Super NES games in this collection. I believe it's about 20 games, and it's a good variety of stuff. Like, you got platformers, you've got side-scrolling beat 'em ups, you've got flying games, driving games, RPGs, all kinds of fun stuff. And some of these games I've played, and some of them I have not. And what we'll do is, as we go through the collection, I kind of explore it, and I talk a little bit about each game. I'll let you know which ones I checked out and which ones I haven't, and which ones I know about, and which ones I know absolutely nothing about. All right, so it should be fun. I'm excited for it. I hope you guys are excited for the stream as well. I'm hoping that this ends up being quite a different experience. You know, it's going to be very similar to, say, when I first started with the Genesis Mini last month, and we kind of went through and looked at all the games that were available, and I tried a few out. So you guys very much are going to be an interactive part of today's stream, because you're going to be determining which games I end up playing on today's stream. Okay, you're going to actually be, you know, looking at the games available and say, okay, play this one, play that one, and that's how I'm going to determine what kind of stuff I end up playing. Okay, so I hope that you guys are excited, you know, for today's stream, and you're ready to pick, you know, to start thinking about what games in this collection you might want to see me play today. Should be a good time. Now, the other thing is, much like with the Genesis Mini, some of these games, if you guys like watching them, if you're watching the stream and you're like, oh, this is pretty good, I potentially may make these full playthroughs in the future. I'm not against that at all. I was like, yeah, if this is something that you guys are enjoying and you want to see a game continue, why not make it into a full playthrough at some point moving forward, okay? So it's not out of the question. In fact, it's something I'm strongly considering. So keep that in mind. All right? So this is going to be my main gameplay stream for today. And I hope you guys will have a good time with me, going down memory lane, experiencing some of these games for the first time, but also some of them kind of, you know, again, very much nostalgic to me because of stuff that I've played in the past. So it should be a good mix and a good amount of fun. And thank you for coming to hang out with me today, okay? Now, later tonight, I will be doing my Minecraft chill stream for the week. All right, I play Minecraft once a week, and when I do, it ends up being pretty entertaining and fun for various reasons. First of all, it's one of my more relaxing streams. It's not anything super serious whatsoever when I play Minecraft. It ends up being just kind of a throwback where people can relax and watch me build stuff and talk with me a lot. It's a lot about the interactions of just talking with each other and having fun in that regard. But in addition to that, the top contributor during my Minecraft stream every week ends up getting the ability to, number one, either name something in the game after them in their honor, or number two, request that something be built in the game. So some things that have happened previously, we've had a villager, a cat, and a few other things named after people. Then people started requesting things to be built, and we had things such as a tombstone on a cliffside, a garage, a pond with a bar in the middle of it. And now what we're going to be working on tonight is we're going to start construction on a cat statue in honor of my cat Jasper. Okay, so pretty cool stuff that's happened in Minecraft. So that's going to be my chill stream tonight around 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. And that hopefully you'll join me for that if you can. That's always a good time as well. So that's what I mean. Like, today is not a super serious day. Today is a very much a more laid back day where we just kind of get to relax and have fun playing games and not caring about it being serious playthroughs or anything like that. Okay, so hopefully you like that. Hopefully you'll join me for all the fun today. Tomorrow we're going to be continuing on and hopefully concluding Mega Man: The Wily Wars. So if you don't know what this is, I don't blame you, because personally I didn't even know what it was until I got the Sega Genesis Mini. Okay, so Mega Man: The Wily Wars is a game that is the very first and only Mega Man game to be on a Sega exclusive console. Okay, this is a game that took Mega Man 1 through 3 from the regular Nintendo and put it into 16-bit graphics. All right, it was a compilation game for the Genesis. Now, if you beat all 3 of the games, okay, then what happens is you get to play something new and exclusive. I don't know what, though. That's the thing. Like, I don't actually know what it is that you get to play once you beat all 3 games, because I've never played this game before. So I don't know if it's just like maybe it's like a mishmash of the games together. Maybe it's something actually legitimately new. I have no clue. All right, but we're gonna find out, because tomorrow I'm starting up Mega Man 3. I've already beaten 1 and 2. We're starting up Mega Man 3, and hopefully I can, beat that without too much trouble. Although, quite frankly, I did have a lot of trouble with Mega Man 2. It was quite a daunting task to beat it, but I did beat it. So that's going to be tomorrow, continuing on with Mega Man 3, trying to finish Mega Man 3, and then seeing what is unlocked after you beat Mega Man 3, and trying to beat that as well, okay? So, should be a fun stream tomorrow. I hope you'll join me for that as my main gameplay stream tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow night, it's going to be more Dragon Quest Builders 2, which is always a good time. Again, a more relaxed deal. It is an ongoing serious playthrough, but it's a playthrough that I've been doing since July, like one night a week, and I'm going to start to try to do it at least twice a week now to try to beat it, okay? So we'll see how that goes. I'm off on Tuesday. I will not be here on Tuesday. That is my day off of streaming for the week. In order to run errands and spend time with my wife and get stuff done. I got a couple appointments I need to do this week in particular. So it'll be a very hectic day for me as usual. All right. And then we'll be back on Wednesday. Now, you might say, what are you doing on Wednesday? It's a good question. It's a very valid question. I'm not sure yet. Okay? Essentially, there's nothing new going on in the realm of new releases that I'm interested in until Friday, which is the release of Plants vs. Zombies: The Battle for Neighborville. Which I am very interested in because I played both Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 1 and 2, and I really, really enjoyed those games. Alright, I thought that they were outstanding. I thought that they were actually kind of underrated for what they were. I think a lot of people kind of wrote those games off because it was Plants vs. Zombies. In reality, they were incredibly fun third-person shooters that had replayability, story, just a lot of good stuff in them that I very much enjoyed, and I think that a lot of people don't really give them a fair shake just because of it's zombies, right? Plants vs. Zombies, excuse me. So I'm very interested in this game. And then the next major release is actually WWE 2K20, which is released on Tuesday, the 22nd. However, it's looking like that may end up being my day off for the week. So in reality, I may be playing that like a day later, which is fine. It's not that big of a deal to play it a day later. But yeah, so that's what it's looking like. So if that's the case, there's really not much going on in the realm of new releases for a while, besides Plants vs. Zombies. So what I'm thinking is, what I may do, this is up in the air, it's not 100% settled yet, but what I'm debating on doing, okay, is taking another one, either of the Genesis mini games that I've been playing a lot of, or I've started a playthrough of and try to finish it, or, on the flip side of that, taking one of these SNES games that we're starting up today, all right, and making that into like a main gameplay stream, just playing the SNES game, all right? Now, some things that are in contention, first of all, it seems like one of the games that's been most requested for me to play when I play the Genesis Mini is Sonic. People love the retro Sonic stuff. I don't blame you, right? Sonic's a staple. Sonic's something that's always been synonymous with Sega, and people like to see me play these Sonic games now because I've actually never played the original Sonics before, and now I'm actually playing them on the Genesis Mini. So what I'm debating is doing a mainstream of Sonic the Hedgehog 1, finishing it up, all right, because I'm pretty far into it right now, and probably like another hour, and I could probably beat Sonic 1, and then finishing up Sonic 2, which is another game that I think I'm like 3 or 4 stages into it, and I know that I could beat if I just focused on it a little bit. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Maybe one day we'll do a Sonic-a-thon stream where I can try to beat Sonic 1 and then get far in Sonic 2, if not defeat Sonic 2. I think I could probably beat it, quite frankly. So that's kind of an idea, all right? That's not set in stone or anything, but that's kind of an idea that I've had. Like I said, with the Super NES stuff, I don't know today what we're going to play and what you guys are going to like or dislike. So depending on what we play today, maybe there'll be a Super NES game that we can choose as something fun to do as a one-off stream. Okay, we'll see. Let's see how today goes. All right, and go from there. But that's kind of the deal. Is like I really don't have much going on in the realm of new releases for a couple days when I come back from break, both Wednesday and Thursday. So I'm thinking, kind of do, I hate to say it, but kind of filler streams, right? Until we get to new releases with Plants vs. Zombies on Friday. And then next week we're gonna be very busy with WWE, Modern Warfare, Outer Worlds, etc. Like for the rest of the month, we're gonna be set. It's not gonna be a big deal that we don't have new releases because the rest of the month we're gonna be absolutely set. And so I'm not too worried about that. Okay. So that's my idea. You guys could completely disagree and say, "Oh, this is shitty. I don't like this." That's okay. That's within your right to say that. That's what I came up with because I really don't have any money to spend on many games right now. FYI, I see people are still bringing it up. No, I'm not playing Code Vein. No, I'm not playing Astral Chain. No, I've said a million times I'm not playing these games. And coming back to the streams and saying you want them is a complete waste of everyone's time, and it just makes you look stupid. Because I've said a million times I'm not playing those games. I don't have time to play them. I'm not interested in them. So it's not happening. Okay? You get over it. I can't believe there's still people coming back every day asking for the same fucking games that I'm not playing. Okay? Good Lord. So there you go. So that's the deal, guys. So just a quick summary. Today it's going to be Super Nintendo Classics and my Minecraft Chill stream. Tomorrow we're going to finish up Mega Man The Wily Wars and do some Dragon Quest Builders 2. I'm off Tuesday. Wednesday I'm coming back. I'm thinking I'm probably going to do like a Sonic Marathon where I try to finish up Sonic 1 and maybe do Sonic 2. And I'm going to pair that with some chill gameplay fun that night. What will the chill stuff be? I don't know yet. We'll probably figure it out the closer we get. I'm trying to think, what's late night stuff that I could do. There's a lot of late night stuff that I could do. And then probably the same thing Thursday. Like maybe Thursday I'll do a one-off stream of a game either on the SNES that you guys liked or something else, okay? And then Friday we'll start with Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville. We'll balance that with chill gameplay stuff until next week when we get to WWE. I think that's how we're going to handle it. That'll be a good balance for everything, okay? All right, so there you go. Now, one final thing. Oh, yeah, Good RPG says, what about more PUBG? Well, here's the thing. My chill late night streams are kind of, shuffling around a little bit to the point where we are doing more and different stuff, and that's a good thing, so it's not just the same thing all the time. And what I would say is, in regards to PUBG, we played it yesterday all day long, all right? And some people liked it, some people didn't. For some people, it was entertaining and fun. Other people, it was like, wow, this game hasn't improved at all. This kind of stinks. I hear both groups. I understand exactly what you're saying. What I think we'll do is let's for now, okay, let's entertain the possibility of maybe adding PUBG into a chill stream once a week at night for Battle Royale purposes. Because I don't have any Battle Royale stuff going on right now. I know that people enjoy watching me play Battle Royale, okay? And it could end up being some good content, for the chill streams moving forward, all right? So that's kind of how I'm approaching it is, let's, for now, say maybe once a week, I try out PUBG as a late night stream, all right? And if it doesn't work out, if people get bored of it and they hate it or whatever, that's fine. Then we don't have to keep doing it. But maybe at least now for variety purposes, we could have it as part of my streaming content. And then, again, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It's not that big of a deal if it doesn't work out and people end up not liking it in the long run. At least in my opinion, okay? So that's how I'm approaching it. So I'm thinking for late night streams, we can alternate between the following. Genesis mini stuff. Okay, Dragon Quest Builders 2, throwback Street Fighter streams, Minecraft chill stream, and maybe, depending on how things go, maybe even going forward with, say, some SNES games that we played today and you guys might want to see more lengthy playthroughs of. All right, that's at least what I'm thinking for the late night chill streams, what would work out. So, we'll see. All right, we'll see moving forward how stuff goes. Okay? All right, so one final thing before we get to the next segment of the pre-stream, and this is, I want to remind everyone to please head over to the kingofhate.com forums and please vote. I need you to vote on the Halloween costume that you guys want to see me wear during the Halloween Horror Marathon. Okay? Excuse me. Yuck. I need more votes. Right now, people have voted, and then it kind of stagnated, which I'm not surprised. This is what happens whenever I do voting like this, is that at first, it's, you know, people are excited, and then they kind of get bored of it, or whatever, or they forget about it. Yeah, please vote. The more votes that I get, the better it is, because that will allow me to have a better idea of what you guys want to see for my Halloween costume. So the options, for those who have not checked out the voting yet, are as follows. Pop culture icon, video game character, comic book character, classic Hollywood horror movie monster, think like Dracula, the Wolfman, Frankenstein, etc., or wild card. Okay? If you're not aware, wild card means that I get to choose. And I'm going to try to do something kind of silly or zany or fun that maybe people aren't expecting. Or could be considered a little bit more, you know, off the wall than, say, just a certain character. We'll see. We'll see. It depends on what I can find. And quite frankly, I've been looking around and haven't found much, but this week I'm going to more seriously start looking, because, you know, I was only 1 week left, and one more week I have to buy whatever I'm going to be wearing for my Halloween costume. So with only 1 more week left to kind of look, this Tuesday I'll be looking, and then, you know, the next week I'll be buying the costume. So, yeah, I will have, obviously, I'll have better idea or more of an idea shortly, but yeah, that is the deal going on with the Halloween costume. Please vote. All right? Please vote. All it could do is make the event better if you vote. It can't possibly make it worse. Okay? Okay. That's over on the kingofhate.com forums. It's a big highlighted thread there. You can't miss it. All right, everybody. So now let's move on to segment 2, which is known as the gratuitous plugs. It's everyone's favorite segment. Everyone just waits all day with bated breath. They say, when will Phil start doing gratuitous plugs on his stream? The time has finally come. You can all relax, and now you can hear some advertisements. Now, in reality, no one likes advertisements. I don't like doing advertisements, but they're a necessary evil of being a full-time streamer. Okay? So, please bear with me, everybody. Oh, God. Excuse me. Please bear with me while I get through this. And I swear I'll try to make it painless, although it is important for me to be able to cover all the stuff. So please listen up. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I am a full-time streamer for 2.5 years. I've been a content creator for 11 years. I absolutely love what I do for a living. I love sharing daily gameplay experiences with all of you. I love interacting with you on my live streams. Everything about this I absolutely enjoy and love. All right? But it's all made possible by your crowdfunding contributions. The days of me making ad revenue on YouTube and paying for everything are over. All right? It's now all about people contributing a little bit here versus crowdfunding to make ends meet. So, if you like what I do and you enjoy these daily live streams, if you like the fact that every single day I upload my videos over on YouTube, even though I barely make anything on them, and essentially it's just fan service uploading them over there, and you want to see all this continue to be successful, and you want to see the fun continue, please consider contributing during today's stream. There's many ways you can do so. You could cheer with bits, you could subscribe to the channel, you could tip me. All those things are great. They all help out tremendously. And if you do any of those things during today's live stream, I am going to give you a live shout out during the stream. If you are the top cheerer or top tipper of the day, I'm also going to put you up on the Stream Stats leaderboard at the top of the screen to give you extra recognition for your contributions. All right, so it's a good way not only to help out, but also, obviously, to get recognition for what you're doing, right? And thank you for that in advance, all right? One thing that I want to say before we get into the specifics of what helps me more and the rules and everything is very simple. I love what I do, and I love hanging out with you guys. I did this for 2.5 years on YouTube before I ever made a penny doing it. I do it because I love it. I don't do it to make money, even though that is my job. I do it because I love it, and gaming's my hobby, and I love sharing my gameplay experiences every day with all of you, okay? That being said, please understand, contributions are very much appreciated, but not mandatory. You don't have to contribute on a stream at all. Okay? I appreciate them, but, don't worry if you cannot contribute, and, don't feel bad if you can't, That's life, and some people can, some people can't. I'm just happy that you can come by and hang out with me and interact with me. Okay? That's enough for me. But if you can go above and beyond and contribute, you guys are the reason why I'm still here. So please consider it. All right? Now let's talk a little bit about the rules of the stream. Okay? And then we will go on a little bit to talk about the best way that you can be supportive on today's stream. And then we're going to get to shout outs. And then we're going to get started with the SNES. Okay? So, ladies and gents. Ow, my neck. Just cracked it. Ouch. Rules of the stream. The bottom line is I am streaming on twitch.tv. That means I need to abide by all of Twitch's terms of service. They have many terms of service. So I have to abide by all of them. I can't just say and do whatever the heck I want to do on the stream. That's just life. Something that I have to abide by because I stream on Twitch, and it is what it is. I'm okay with it. Okay? I've come to terms with it that you can't just do whatever the hell you want. You have to play by the rules, right? Now, in addition to that, I also like to go by a certain kind of code of conduct here on my streams. And what I mean by that is I like to maintain a certain chill vibe on my streams so that we all can kind of feel safe. We all can have a fun, chill time together. And it's a lot more relaxing atmosphere when you keep drama and you keep all kinds of negativity off the streams. All right. So first off, one of the things I absolutely don't like to do on the streams because it causes controversy is talk about controversial topics like politics and religion. Some people will go there. I do not. Reason being, it's very argumentative topics, right? These are things that tend to piss people off when you talk about them. And I'm not here to piss people off. I'm here to try to make people have a good time, So last thing I want to do is talk about a topic that's going to make people angry. That would be kind of counterproductive, I feel. So that's why I don't go there. In addition to that, I don't talk, I'll only talk about politics or religion if a game is about them. If there's a game that has politics or religion in it, and it's part of the actual plot of the game or whatever, then we'll go there. But in general, we try to stay away, okay? Another thing that I try to do is keep drama off the streams. I want to be that if you come here, you're basically escaping the drama of your real life. You're trying to escape the nonsense and the bullshit of your real life. You want to escape all that kind of argumentative topics or whatever. Right? And that's what you're going for. You're not coming here to now be inundated with more drama. So it's my goal that when you come here, you don't have negativity and bullshit. So that's why I'm not going to bring up things like, oh, today someone stole my stream. Today someone made a video about me that's insulting. And today this and that. I'm not going to do that. All right? I very well could. But I'm not going to do that crap. Because talking about that stuff, first of all, gives those kind of people who are nasty to me every single day for no fucking reason besides self-gain. All right? It just gives them the attention they crave. It makes them feel like they've gotten the recognition that they want for being assholes, essentially. So that's number one, why I'm not going to bring them up. Number two, it doesn't really help anything to do it. Me harping on it forever doesn't help anything. So why harp on it, right? That's kind of my attitude these days, is like, why bother? So instead, let's keep that crap off the streams. Instead, let's just have a fun stream that's about gameplay and about interaction with me at face value. And let's have a good time together. Okay? So, no politics, no religion, and no talking about drama or people insulting me and stuff on the internet. I just don't give a crap. Okay? Those are the general ground rules. As long as we follow those, I feel that we'll all have a good time together here on stream. Okay, guys? Now, one final thing before we get to the shout-outs for those who have contributed during today's stream. I want to let you guys know the best way to contribute is to tip me. All right? Reason being, it's still only the 13th of October, I know. We haven't hit the 15th yet. The reason I'm counting down to the 15th is typically it's the 15th of the month when I get paid by Twitch. And that's the day when, I'm basically can pay all my bills and stuff. I've had 2 weeks of bills that have attempted to be cleared with next to no money in my bank account. And some days no money. I've been overdrawn. The only reason I've had money in my bank account is because you guys have been tipping me and helping me out, and I'm very appreciative of that, okay? When I finally get paid by Twitch, I'll go from being in the red back to the black, and it's time to play catch up, right? It sucks, though. Obviously, it's not something I want to do forever, and I'm trying to get out of this kind of a situation, but for now, it is what it is. So if you tip me today, you help me out tremendously with this situation. In addition, as you guys know, there are many, many games coming out later this month that I'm interested in playing, just a few of which are the following. Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville, WWE 2K20, The Outer Worlds, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, The Medieval Remaster, I'm not done yet, Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz Remaster, Luigi's Mansion 3, plus I'm doing a Halloween Horror Marathon at the end of this month, including games like Blasphemous, Bloodstained, Visage, and Stalker. Now, a few of those games I have to buy. So, anything that you contribute during the streams today helps out. And if you tip me directly, not only does that help me, obviously, with my bills and stuff, but also that's going to help me to accumulate enough funds to afford all the games that I need to buy at the end of the month. Okay? So, please consider contributing if you can. And if you have a preferred method where you can choose how to contribute, please tip me if you can. Tipping helps more than anything. Okay? How do you tip? If you look below the stream, you will see a tips jar button that you can click on that will take you to my PayPal tips page. A couple things about tipping. First of all, you could do it completely anonymously. You do not have to give out your identity when you tip. All you need to do is don't enter your name. You can make up a name. You can, completely go and not just type anonymous, okay? And that's perfectly fine. That will work. So don't worry about that. A lot of people worry about, oh no, if I tip, my identity will be revealed or whatever. And the truth of the matter is, no, it won't. As long as you don't put your name in there, no one would ever know that it's you. Okay? In addition, you do not need a PayPal account to tip, although for some people it may be a little trickier than others to actually tip without a PayPal account. And let me explain what I mean by that. The way it works is when you go to the PayPal tips page, it should load a listing of methods of payment, which should include Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and Discover. However, what people have told me recently is that it doesn't show it for everyone. And I guess what's been happening is that the stupid thing doesn't load properly on certain websites. So some people go there and it just says you have to register with PayPal, no other option. Like, huh? But I know for a fact you can do it. So many people do it. And it was funny because I tested it myself and people are absolutely correct. Sometimes it shows up, sometimes it doesn't, which is really stupid. It seems like if you're on a mobile version of the site, it will rarely ever work. But if you're actually on like the desktop version of the PayPal page, then maybe it'll work more often. So I apologize for that. If you are trying to tip without using a PayPal account, it looks like if you go on a desktop computer, it's probably the best way to do it. And I'm sorry about that stupid workaround that's needed. If only it were more easy, right? So thank you for anyone who considers contributing in any way, shape, or form. I don't look a gift horse in the mouth. I appreciate all contributions. But in particular, if you can help me out today, I would prefer if you could tip me. It helps me more than anything else. Okay, guys? And thank you for that. All right. So that is that. Let's now get on to the shout-outs. Okay? And then we're going to get started with the Super Nintendo gameplay. You guys are going to have to be able... What we're going to do just like we did with the Genesis Mini. I'm going to walk through the games that are available. Talk to you about each one a little bit. Because I know a lot about a lot of these games. And then choose, you guys will help me with this, which game to play first. I'm hoping that it's going to be a good mix of games that I've played before. And then stuff that I haven't played before. I'd like a good variety of stuff today. Okay? Alright. So now it's time for shout-outs, guys. So let's see here. First of all, last night, after my Genesis mini stream went offline, Omnipotent Froggins actually had an interesting thing to say, a suggestion per se. Okay, so let's hear what he had to say. He says, I love that you use Genesis music for your Genesis mini pre-streams. You should mix in some of your favorite video game soundtracks during your other pre-streams to add some much-needed variety. Well, for those who don't know, if you haven't seen a Genesis mini stream, what I do is I just turn on the Genesis mini, and the Genesis mini has some really cool music that it plays on its dashboard. Okay, first of all, it plays original music composed by the same composer who composed a lot of the soundtracks from the first-party Sega titles back in the day, which is really neat. It's the same exact composer coming back after like 25 years to make new music. That's where the main soundtrack of the Genesis Mini dashboard comes from. Okay? So that's usually what I play when we're all kind of waiting around for the stream to start. Now, in addition to that, when it just kind of sits there idling, while it sits there idling on the dashboard while you're waiting to play a game on the Genesis Mini, it'll then just play a demo of certain games. So it'll start playing demos of Alex Kidd, of Altered Beast, of everything. And so then you get to hear some of the actual music in those games as well, okay? So it's pretty neat in that regard. I really like it. I like the variety that you get to not only hear some originally composed music, but then you get to hear like music from individual games as well. I think that's really neat. However, I think a lot of people have the misconception that this is like a playlist of music that I personally compiled myself and I'm playing on the streams. It's not. This is just what's built into the Genesis music. Okay? Oh my god, excuse me. This is what's built into the Genesis Mini is what I meant to say. The burp distracted me. This is not music that I've selected or anything like that, okay? So, I understand what you're saying here. Omnipotent Froggins, you're saying, why don't you make another listing of retro music or whatever? I could do that. I very well could do that for the pre-streams. And quite frankly, I don't think, unlike using licensed music from, like, an actual, like, musician or artist who's, like, has lyrics and stuff in their stuff, I don't think that using retro game music or anything would get me into trouble. I think Twitch wouldn't give a crap about it, quite frankly. In fact, they might actually like it. But typically, I don't mess around with that. Typically, the only thing I'll do is use fan remixes of my own content over the years on a pre-stream, because I don't want to mess with getting people upset that I'm using something that, you know, technically isn't my property on a stream and stuff. I'll think about it. But, you know, we'll see. The reason I didn't do any SNES music today is because, sadly, the SNES games on the Switch don't have it. So, unlike what they did with the Genesis Mini, they didn't do that for the SNES games on the Switch. So, I was not able to actually have that go on the Switch, which would have been nice, I think. It would have been pretty nice if we had that music playing on the Switch as well, but we can't do that, okay? By the way, it looks like I didn't update the schedule last night. So everyone's typing schedule into the stream chat. It's outdated. I apologize for that. Okay. But Froggins, thank you for the suggestions. Let's see what happens. Maybe I will eventually do a new playlist of retro music, and maybe we can alternate between retro music and my remixes and all that kind of stuff. I guess we'll see. Okay. Ferocious Squirrel tipped me $1. Okay. Now hold on a second, because I forgot to put. Well, Froggins didn't. All right. Technically, Froggins did not cheer during today's stream. So, therefore, I'm not going to put him up on the leaderboard. He would have had to cheer during today's stream, all right, in order to get up there. But Ferocious Squirrel did tip as soon as today's stream went live, all right? So, Ferocious Squirrel, the first tipper with $1 tip. They didn't have anything positive to say, though. I'll read you what they said in a second. Hold on. Let me put this up here. Ferocious Squirrel, of course, being a meme based off the fact that I told people I don't want to let Jasper, my cat, outside because he has no front claws, and there's many wild animals in the neighborhood that could attack him, including squirrels. It's true. A squirrel could get defensive and claw him, and he'll have no way to fight back because he has no claws. Apparently, some people are so dumb, they don't understand this and think it's hilarious that a squirrel could be a danger. That's because they're morons. So they've made it into a meme. But anyway, thank you for the $1 tip, stupid moron with the meme. And let's read what he had to say. He says, it seems you always have an excuse not to play Code Vein or Astral Chain. The first excuse was the lack of money, but then you refused donations to play them. The second excuse is lack of time, but it's because you're playing retro games. The customer's always right. Ferocious Squirrel, you're right. The customer is always right. Because if you haven't noticed, this last week when I actually went and played retro games almost all week, attendance on streams has been up, contributions on streams have been up, and everyone who attended the retro streams is really having a good time. Yeah, in fact, it was funny. Yesterday, someone said to me, Phil, did you notice that when you're doing the more retro stuff at night, like the chill night streams, retro games, you're getting more people showing up for Street Fighter, and you're getting more people showing up for the Genesis Mini than when you were actually playing newer games on the earlier streams, and the contributions are up. So why don't you just do, it was hilarious, they said, why don't you do late night chill streams during the day? To which I said, if I played a late night chill stream during the day, it wouldn't be called a late night chill stream. Get it? But essentially I think what they were saying is, why don't you do the kind of stuff you do on chill streams at night also during the daytime, but instead of doing a 4-hour block that's maybe too long, maybe take a daytime stream that's 4 hours and do 2 hours of one game and 2 hours of another. And you know what? Fair enough. That's an interesting suggestion. As I said, this coming Thursday, I think I'm going to do a Sonic Marathon where I try to beat Sonic 1, and then I go to Sonic 2, and I try to complete Sonic 2. So, in essence, I'm taking your feedback when it comes to this kind of stuff, and I'm listening, and I'm trying to integrate it into my content. It's certainly not something I'm going to do all the time, especially when all these new releases are coming out in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to cover those. Don't worry. For those of you who like seeing me play new releases, I am playing them, all right? But I'm going to play the ones that appeal to me. Because it's hilarious what Ferocious Squirrel has just said. It's basically the most selective hearing that I think I've ever seen in my life. Because I didn't say I didn't play the games so I don't have time. In fact, that's not what I said at all. First, I did admit that I didn't have enough money to buy a new game. That was one of the primary reasons why I kind of wrote the games off. But then once I started playing retro stuff and having fun with it, and seeing that people actually cared and wanted to come and watch and support the stuff that I was doing, I said, I'd much rather do that than play games that I'm not very interested in. And the truth of the matter is, I'm not very interested in Astral Chain, and I'm not very interested in Code Vein. I've kind of said that for the past 2 months since Astral Chain came out, and the past 1 month since Code Vein came out, that I was on the fence about them. I wasn't sold on the games. I wasn't convinced that these would be lengthy playthroughs that people would come back for. I kind of felt these would be games that I would play once or twice to think they were okay, but then get locked into a lengthy playthrough that I wasn't going to enjoy. And the same thing for my viewers. They would watch maybe 1-2 streams of it and say, okay, I know what the game is now, but now it's kind of a repetitive game or grind, and I don't care anymore. And they would stop coming back. Okay? So, that's really what I'm factoring into my decision to not play those games. It has nothing to do with a time constraint or anything like that. It's I'm not interested in them. I'm going to play games that I'm interested in. And if anything, this last week, again, when I really didn't play any new releases, I just played retro stuff, but people have come out and been very supportive. This shows me people like what I'm doing. Okay? So it's the complete and utter opposite of what Ferocious Squirrel just said in the tip is actually the truth. It's not that the customer is always right. It's that there is a very vocal minority of people out there who wanted to see these games. And I understand it's for a certain kind of person, a certain kind of gamer who like those style of games. And they like it when I play those style of games. And they're upset that I haven't played a game of that style in a while. Admittedly, that's a fair enough argument. If you haven't noticed, recently I've skipped a lot of the games that are very anime-ish. And I've focused in on other stuff instead. That's a good observation. It's perfectly valid. I agree with you. But that's not going to change my mind about those games. You know, those games just don't appeal to me very much. And in the modern era, I have to pick and choose what games I'm going to play, especially with all the games that I am super excited for coming out in the next 2.5 weeks of October. And I need the money for those games. I can't just drop it on these other games. And in addition, I don't want to get locked into a playthrough I don't like. And that's why I'm not playing those games. Okay? So Ferocious Squirrel, you're completely off base. Not only in your name, that's not a funny meme, but stupid as hell, but also in your observation, it's completely wrong. You're part of a vocal minority of people who want to see me play these games, when in reality, people have been happy to just see me play whatever I enjoy, and that's what I'm sticking with for now. So there you go. Haseo X has subscribed for 26 months. Thank you very much, Haseo X, for 26 months of support. I appreciate that very much. Gamma Relay 3 subscribe to the channel for 1 year. Thank you very much, Gamma Relay, for a whole year of support. That is super awesome of you. Thank you very much for that. And you have earned yourself a golden crown chat badge with rubies and emeralds encrusted in it. Enjoy. Ripley Atomic has subscribed for 19 months and says, best Metroidvania. Honestly, I couldn't answer that. I skipped out on a lot of the Metroidvania games recently because my viewing audience isn't really too interested in Metroidvania. I've noticed every time I try to play Metroidvania games that people kind of don't enjoy it for whatever reason. Okay, I don't know why, but that's just kind of the deal. So if you really want to get down to the nitty gritty, I would think the quintessential Castlevania Metroidvania style game is Castlevania Symphony of the Night. That's the one that started it all, right? When you really think about it, that's the game that kind of made those games super mainstream, exciting, and everyone wanted to have a game like that. So I would say Symphony of the Night. Even though I never beat it, I recognize greatness. I played the first half of it and loved it. So I would say probably Symphony of the Night. Some people might disagree, but that's what I'm thinking. Another game that everyone tends to say is the best Metroidvania game ever is Super Metroid, which incidentally is one of the games available to play today as I play through the SNES Classics. So maybe today we'll be playing the best Metroidvania game. All right, we'll see if you guys want to see me play it or not. All right, so there you go. So I would say those are probably the two big Metroidvania games that everyone talks about. Okay? There you go. Mr. Whiskey DK has subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much, Whiskey DK. I appreciate that very much. Gerard Crow tipped me $1 and says the following. Hold on, let me add this to the total tips first. By the way, I think my Mio water is finally kicking in. I'm starting to get some energy. He says, I think you should consider investing in Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. There's over 230 titles available to play on Game Pass, including some Xbox 360 titles. You still have Xbox Live Gold for only $5 more than just Gold. I have Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. I have the one it has everything. It was gifted to me by a fan over the summer, and I started using it in August, and that's how I accessed games like the Blair Witch Project. And what was the other one? Gears 5. Both of those games were under the Xbox Game Pass program. My Xbox Game Pass will expire in late November. However, another viewer of mine gifted me roughly a month's worth of Game Pass for extending that if I wanted to. And essentially what I'm thinking is this. I looked at the game releases for the rest of the year, and I said, I don't think there's anything that's an Xbox exclusive or an Xbox Game Pass game that I would want to get by the end of this year. The only thing that I was debating was this. Outer Worlds actually is apparently now under Xbox Game Pass, both on PC and on Xbox One. Originally, supposedly, it was just going to be on PC, but some people have contacted me recently and said, oh no, Phil, they changed that. Now it's on Xbox One as well. All right. But there's two reasons why I don't think that I want to get Outer Worlds via Game Pass. Okay, the first reason is that I have a PS4 Pro, and if I'm going to play a hot new release like that, I want to play it on the PS4 Pro so I have the best graphical experience possible. I have a launch Xbox One, so undoubtedly the game's going to run way worse on Xbox One than it is on the PS4 Pro, so that's one major factor, okay? The other factor is, as I just told you guys, my Xbox Game Pass subscription will expire in late November. Now, I have the ability to extend it one more month if I so choose, okay? But the thing is, with Outer Worlds, I'm assuming this game is going to be just as long as, say, Fallout New Vegas or one of the Knights of the Old Republic games, because those are the games that this game studio, Obsidian, worked on previously. You would think it would be just as lengthy as those games. It might have a ton of side content, a huge world to explore, and those kind of games, I like to play at my own pace, take my time, and enjoy at face value. Instead of rushing through the game and trying to beat it as quickly as humanly possible, what I'm thinking will happen with Outer Worlds is it'll end up being a game that I play on a few main streams, but then it makes its way into my late night streaming and ends up being a game that I play twice a week, so 4 hours a week or whatever, of kind of just fleshing out the game. Now, if that's the case, okay, I don't want to try to beat it in a month to have it done by the end of November. I also don't want to try to rush it and have it done by the end of December, because you got to remember all the other games that are coming out. All right, when Outer Worlds comes out, there's Modern Warfare, the Medieval Remaster, Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz Remaster, the Luigi's Mansion 3 playthrough, plus the games I'm playing on Halloween. The week after that, we got Mario and Sonic at the 2020 Tokyo Olympic Games, Death Stranding, and Need for Speed. The week after that, we got Jedi Fallen Order and Pokemon Sword and Shield. The week after that, we got Shenmue 3. So in no way am I going to be able to be focusing primarily on Outer Worlds. It's going to be something, like I said, maybe I play once or twice a week while I'm juggling everything else. I could see Outer Worlds being the next Skyrim. Okay? I do. I can see Outer Worlds becoming the next Skyrim playthrough. A game that I play slowly, that I open world explore everything. I do all the meaningful side content. I really just have a ton of fun with it. And it ends up being an insanely long playthrough. Okay? I guess we'll see. I don't know. But that's kind of the attitude I'm taking with it, is that it could end up being a really long playthrough. And if it does, I don't want to have to rush through it to finish it in any kind of a time frame because it's under Xbox Game Pass. I think Outer Worlds is the kind of game you want to own. At least from the vibe I'm getting from the game. Okay? So there you go. Let's see what happens. But that's why I'm not getting it under Game Pass. But however, you're absolutely right, Gerard Crow. There's many games under Game Pass that eventually I might want to play playthroughs of. So I may come back to it in the future, even after it expires. And in addition, like I said, I have the ability to renew my Game Pass for another month whenever I feel like it. So maybe I'll wait till next year. And if there's some high-profile Xbox exclusive games coming out next year, or if there's dead time and people are like, Phil, did you know there's these awesome games under Game Pass you could play right now for the dead time? Maybe then I'll use the Game Pass credit and I'll jump back in and start playing some of those games. Okay? Sound good? All right, that's kind of how I'm approaching it. Okay? All right, continuing on. Snorlax tipped me $1 and said, happy Sunday, Phil. Let's have another good day of streams. What's up, Snorlax? Good to see you. Happy Sunday to you as well. And yes, I'm hoping for some really cool Super NES stuff. Super NES was the console for me during the 90s. I absolutely loved playing on the Super NES. I thought it was the best console of the time. I think it beat out the Genesis, quite frankly. And it wasn't until, I would say, the PS1 that I felt something else kind of stepped up. I had the N64. I didn't like it as much as the Super NES. I thought it was all right. But I thought the PS1 was the better console of that generation. So, okay. Shout out to Mr. Papavera, who did a 50-bit cheer. He says, I had an idea for a costume. How about Rip Taylor for a costume? I mean, it could be. That could be pop culture icon, right? I mean, first of all, rest in peace to Rip Taylor. He was a very long-standing comic and one of the very first openly, flamboyantly bisexual and homosexual comics ever in history. And, you know, when he came out, it took a lot of guts to do it because not everyone in the industry was too happy about that kind of thing being in the Hollywood industry. But he made a living being openly flamboyant, and he was a funny guy, and he was on many game shows. He was a mainstay of the 1970s and 80s. Most people don't know who he is. But Rip Taylor, rest in peace to Rip Taylor. He just passed away recently. It could be a costume. You're right. It absolutely could be a costume. If people vote for like pop culture icon or something like that, or if they vote for wild card, that could be a possibility for something that I would consider. So we'll see. Thank you for the cheer, Mr. Papavera. I was going to put you up as the first cheer of the day, but then we got a cheer from Survive Sweet Treat, who did a 100-bit cheer and says, would you consider renaming Jasper Barbara? No. I didn't even name, we didn't name Jasper. When we rescued him, it already said his name was Jasper. So we weren't going to change his name. That would be pretty messed up. So, you know, a creature that's been going by a name for its life. And we assumed when we adopted him that he was roughly 2 years old. We didn't know exactly when his birthday is. But that would have been pretty messed up of us to say, oh, we're going to change your name now. So, yeah. Jasper it is, and he will stay Jasper forever. Jasper the cat. And by the way, he was having a lot of fun this morning doing silly cat stuff. So we have a drawer in one of our bureaus, our dressers, where we keep our clothes. And this drawer is a loose drawer and always tends to slide itself open. And Jasper loves to try to jump and open the drawer, and then he jumps on top of the bed and jumps into the clothes drawer. And then he proceeds to knead the clothes in the drawer. Like, Jasper, there's so many things you could need in the house. You could need a blanket. You could need the comforter on top of the bed. No, he wants to get into the clothes drawer and knead the clothes. Silly cat. All right. So thank you, Survive Sweet Treat. You are the current top cheerer of the day. I appreciate that. Snaky Fish Gaming has resubbed for 7 months. Thank you for 7 months of support, Snaky Fish Gaming. Appreciate that. Alfred Aponte tipped me $1 and says, "Hey DSP, I hope this helps." Indeed it does, Alfred. Thank you very much for the $1 tip. Good to see you. I know you've been by recently on many of the streams. It's good to see you here today. Thank you for the support. And thanks for stopping by to hang out. One final thing I would like to do before we begin. Oh, yes. Orion, or Orson the Voice asked, did the skull get named yesterday? Yes. My skull received a name yesterday. The top contributor on the PUBG stream named it. And the name is... Joe Mama. I know. I told Kat last night, too. She's like, so what did they name the skull? I'm like, Joe Mama. And she said, what? Yeah, Joe Mama. So Joe Mama is the name of the skull. How silly. And then, as the stream was ending yesterday, other people said, well, are you going to name the ghost in the background? Are you going to name the spider that's hanging from the back? And I was like, if people really want that, I guess we could do it. But, you know, what are we going to stop? Let's name my controller. Let's name my soundproofing foam. Let's name the couch I sit on. I don't think we need to name everything, but if you guys ever want to name something else, I guess we could do that too. It's up to you. I'll leave it open as a possibility, but not something that we're definitely going to do unless you guys desire it, okay? If you guys are interested in seeing something named like the ghost or the spider, let me know on the live stream, okay? Fair enough? Okay. So thank you, Alfred Aponte, for the $1 tip. One last thing that I would like to do is I would like to give a shout out to the top cheerers of the week. Reason being, the cheering leaderboard will reset tonight. It resets on Sunday nights back to 0. So if you want to be part of the top 10 cheerers of the week, you need to cheer today because as of tomorrow, it will reset back to 0 and we'll start all the way over again. Okay? What the hell? Bionichu said Mike Matei, if those who don't know, because he's the best friend of the Angry Video Game Nerd, he's in a lot of his content. He says he named his couch Charlene, and he punches the couch whenever he gets angry at a video game. Can you name your couch? Oh my god. Oh no. Are we really going to do this? Are we seriously going to do this? This is true too. You got, oh my god. Are we really going to do this? Anyway, wow, Bionichu says none of that is even a slight exaggeration. It's all true. Wow. Mr. Terrorhawk says, what's going on with Twitch today? A bunch of stuff is missing. I don't know. Everything on my Twitch dashboard is there. And my chat popped out is there. And that's all I use. All I use is the Twitch dashboard and the chat. I don't use anything else. So I'm not aware of anything else being missing. What is missing? This is news to me. Did they roll out an update that screwed everything up or something? High Tech Spec says I had trouble buying bits. Ricky Spanish says everyone's having issues with the site today. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, guys. Obviously. Okay, well, good to know. Oh, we got a few more contributions that came in. Let me give some shout-outs. Shout out to Spicy, who tipped me $1 and said, I would like to name the bottom left piece of soundproofing foam Schmuck. Yes. We're going to name everything possible. Name my headphones. We'll call them Greasy Wax Cups. That's what we'll call... Oh, my God. The Hate tipped me $2, says, can you play Ninja Gaiden Black so we can see you suffer? That's actually... The Hate, that's a good suggestion. I keep forgetting about that one. That you guys requested that I do a full playthrough of Ninja Gaiden Black. So I may do that. I'm not going to do that this week, but maybe moving forward the next time when we have like a break where there's nothing going on for new releases, maybe I could try to play Ninja Gaiden Black. What do you guys think about that? I think you guys might like that, right? Okay, well, we'll see. You guys really liked it when I played that during the Rageathon during the summer. So... Moonwalkman resub for 17 months. He's a 17-month shout out to you for playing my favorite Mario game, and also the Goose Game was gold. Thanks for playing it. Yeah, I enjoyed playing Untitled Goose Game. Um, it's so different from what I would usually do. Those are the kind of indie games that I usually just completely skip over and never get to experience. But that was a fun one-off stream. It really was. Oh, great. Daki Smurf says, not trolling, Fortnite had an update, and the update is having everyone watch Fortnite, and it's crashing YouTube. And, oh, excuse me, it's crashing Twitch. Is that what it is? It could be. It's happened before. Whenever there's a big viewing event or something for something, it usually crashes Twitch, so I'm not surprised. Okay. So thank you, Moonwalkman, for 17-month resub. I appreciate that very much. M5N. Oh, by the way, for those who didn't see me play Untitled Goose Game, the full playthrough is up and available over on DSPGaming on YouTube right now. So if you want to go check that out on demand, you can check that out at any time. Okay? M5NSX tipped me $2, and he says, while we're at it, I want to name your lower left panel of foam. Here we go. No, I don't think so. At least, we're not doing any special naming event today. But thank you very much, M5NSX, for the $2 tip. Ben Boxer tipped $1, says, name the turtleneck. I'm not even gonna address that. I don't even know how turtleneck became a meme. I don't even know what it means. So thanks for the $1 tip. I'm sure it means something stupid. So we're just gonna gloss right over that. But thank you for the $1 tip. Okay. Now, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and let's give a shout out to the top cheers of the week. As I said, last opportunity to do that since this will reset overnight. Okay? We have a tie for 9th place between Magnus Flamebeard and someone whose account no longer is showing on Twitch. And that could mean that they closed their account. That could mean that they hid their account. Or it could mean that their account got suspended or banned. It could mean many things. So I don't know who this is, but thank you. And Magnus Flamebeard, I guess technically you're 9th. Since this person might not exist anymore. Okay? In 8th place, we've got Sambuca 2020. 7th place is El Palaquas, who was here last night for the Genesis mini stream. M5NSX is in 6th place. Golden Colts is in 5th. Philly Buckeye is in 4th. K-Styles 1998 is in 3rd place. Survive Sweet Treat in 2nd place for the cheering. And in 1st place, Tom. So thank all of you for all of your support this week. I appreciate that very much, okay? Fair enough? All right, I think we're going to get started. I have to very quickly use the restroom. I have to pee. So I'm going to do that. It'll take like 2 minutes. And then we'll come back. And it'll be SNES fun. Sound good, everyone? I'll be right back. And then we'll get started. Fair enough? Okay, I'll be right back. Cool.